Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of the great millstone. And shalom to your brethren out there enduring and bringing out the word week in and week out. It's a quick impromptu video. It's an article I came across when I was at work. The date of it was quite a while. It was last week, July 14th, 2015. And the title reads, Apple takes a swipe at contactless pay market. So I'm going to start reading this. This is, so there you go. You can see, as you can see. And of course, the reason why I'm reading this is because as you can tell by the iWatch, I think they call it, the Apple iWatch, that's a segue to the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. And at the same time, this image is reminiscent of back in 2007, 2008. You had a trend over here in London. We had people basically taking the RFID chip out of their Oyster card, which is similar to the Metro card out in New York or any form of transportation RFID card that is used. And they basically took out the RFID chip with inside of it and they'll put it inside of their watch, or they'll put it inside a wristband or on jewelry, and it basically was just something that the young people were doing to kind of look fly, look like they're doing something, so it's just to look stylish. So, but then at the time you had a backlash at the same time, funny enough, from the TFL. Transport for London, but they're basically saying if anyone gets found out that they're doing this with their RFID, with their Oyster cards, basically that they could be fined. So with that trend being taking place back then, people trying to look cool by doing things like this they're doing right now, that shows you that back then that was just a little experiment. Obviously you had a provocateur, someone that probably done it. Actually, there was a guy, he had videos on YouTube of people teaching you how to take the RFID chip out of the Oyster card. And obviously it picked up as a trend. So that was just them back then, what they were doing, they were testing it out to see if people would take to it. And they did. Okay. So now the article reads, Apple Pay, the technology giant's tap and pay system, is to launch in Britain today in an attempt to grab a slice of the 2 billion contactless pay market, which I believe right now, well, prior to this happening, was controlled by a Barclay card, because they had a monopoly on the market. They were chosen by TFL to basically kick off the contactless pay on Transport for London, TFL. Okay, the payment software will be available. Sorry, let me just read back on that. And it says it's to launch in Britain today in an attempt to grab a slice of the 2 billion contactless pay market. And really, they ain't gonna grab a slice. It ain't gonna be divided. It ain't gonna be a 2 billion market no more. But Apple putting their name on it and joining the imprint, that's basically gonna boost the market. Cause Apple's the fucking flyest shit out there right now. So niggas gonna be jumping on that shit with haste. Because it's Apple, and it's only going to be limited to certain forms of Apple technology. So what it's going to do is going to boost Apple's market sales, but at the same time it's also going to boost the market of contactless payment, where people are going to jump at the chance to be inside of that shit, man, to be using contactless payment. Okay, the payment software will be available at 250,000 locations to anyone using iPhone 6 or Apple Watch. Okay, which you have people queuing up around the fucking corner to buy that shit. Those with the iPad Air 2 or iPad Mini 3 will be able to use Apple Pay within apps to make purchases online. Major brands which have signed up for the launch include Boots, cosmetic stores over here in one of the main cosmetic stores over here in England, Waitrose, another supermarket brand, middle class kind of shit, and the post office, which is like it's like a mail company, but they also deal with a lot of government documentation and passports and things of the sort. A spending limit of £20 is in place for a single transaction, expected to rise to £30 in September. So them boosting already with we have, what's this thing called, man? You have what's this shit called, man? Contactless payment. When you go to a shopping store, you can only usually use £20, but then boosting it to £30 makes it more enticing to the people, because Barclaycard and other companies that use contactless payments on their debit and credit cards only has a limit of usually £15 to £20, but they're boosting it up to £30. And this is a selling point. It says Apple says transactions are completed with one-time unique dynamic security code. That's really the selling point as to why they'll be able to put an extra £10 on top, because they'll basically say it'll be safe for you to do it. But then really, what's really gonna happen? We all know what's gonna happen. Those of us in the know is that some form of security threat's gonna happen, where basically all the information, the security is gonna be tested, and then they're gonna realize that this iWatch technology or your phone and whatever can be accessed by hackers. So the ultimate best form of selling point, the ultimate best form of technology with total security would be the RFID chip being inside of you, because then no one can manipulate that because it's on you. You know what I mean? So that's what they're gonna try to do. You hear me? So reading on. Apple says transactions are completed with a one-time unique dynamic security code, and it does not store card details. Okay, apparently. The company had not officially confirmed the launch last night. However, leaked memos from at least one supermarket referred to today's date. Google will launch now. Okay, now this is these points as well. Google will launch Android Pay later this year, while Barclaycard has BPay. So you're gonna have. So they told you at the beginning that Apple was trying to split the market of that 2 billion market, and I told you that basically it's gonna boost the market. It's probably gonna add another billion to the market, or another 2 billion. But then if Google gets involved as well, another key player on the scene in terms of technology, they're gonna boost the market as well, man. Because a lot of people use Android phones, as well as Android and Apple. They're the two key players in technology right now when we're dealing with people's personal technology, such as phones, laptops, notebooks, and tablets. So that shows you they're expanding the market, man, and they're really trying to bring it home. They're building up to really get to that point where they can implement the RFID chip. Okay, so with that, man, that's the lesson there. So all praises to Yahweh, Shem El Shai, double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, and shalom to you, sincere brethren. Shalom, shalom.